MrBeast just changed YouTube forever. Don't believe me? His newest video got 135 million views in 1 week. Put the populations of both Italy and France together, they still can't beat that. And YouTubers all over the platform are using MrBeast's strategy to actually make their own videos better. With his Squid Game video and 135 million views, MrBeast has just showed us what he is truly capable of doing. And it's going to change YouTube forever. To understand just how he did it, we're gonna need to look at some background. MrBeast uploaded his first ever video on February 20th, 2012, just over 9 years ago, and since then he's been pumping out content the entire time with just over 700 videos, over 80 million subscribers, and over 13 billion views. He's expected to become the largest single creator on YouTube next year. And literally all of it is because he mastered one thing, that infamous YouTube algorithm. Now, I'm fairly confident that you've probably heard of the YouTube algorithm before, but you probably don't know how it works. And nobody does for sure. But there are two main factors that we definitely know influence it. The first of those two factors is click-through rate, which is basically just how often do people click into a video when they stumble across it. I just uploaded a video about how to make a birthday cake and it showed up on 10 people's YouTube feeds. If 2 of those 10 people actually choose to click into my video, then I have a 20% click-through rate. The higher the click-through rate, the better. And believe me when I tell you that MrBeast is literally the king of clicks. Let's do a little experiment. I'm about to show you 2 different thumbnails for a split second, and I want you to tell me if you like the first one or the second one better. Now, I'm willing to bet that you noticed that thumbnail number 2 was actually MrBeast's Squid Game video, but I'm also willing to bet that you noticed that more so than the first thumbnail because the second thumbnail is more vibrant. In addition, MrBeast's titles paired with his thumbnails create really good video packaging. You want to click into it because he has good titles, he has good thumbnails, and it's super, super captivating. But of course, you won't just get by having a good title and a good thumbnail. You also need something else that's super, super important. You need to have audience retention. If the video is garbage, people aren't gonna watch it, and YouTube isn't gonna recommend a video that people don't watch because the video is bad. So when you have a video that's super interesting and super entertaining, YouTube will recommend it more often. How does YouTube gauge which videos are super interesting? Well, they take what's called the audience retention. How long does an audience member watch the video from the time they click in to the time they click off? Do they watch the whole video? Do they watch half of the video? Obviously, videos that get more watch time and get more audience retention will be promoted more. And MrBeast uses this perfectly yet again in his new videos. Let's do another experiment. What's up, everyone? It's ya boy, back at it again with another video. Today, I'm gonna be doing the water bottle flip challenge. Let's get right into it. Oh man, So that video was very slow. The video quality itself was not so good. And people are probably gonna click off because they're like, this guy's literally flipping a water bottle. I don't care. So let's compare this to MrBeast's intro to his video and just see which one you find more interesting.
I recreated every single set from Squid Game in real life, and whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
The first game we're gonna play is red light, green light, and they have 30 minutes to cross the red line on the other side of the huge room.
So without further ado, green light.
So obviously the difference there is night and day. In MrBeast's video, you've got frequent cuts, but not too often. You've got frequent new information coming in. You're not like, man, is he ever gonna get to the point? Like, I'm gonna click off. MrBeast's cuts are not too frequent like this. They're more steadily paced, and they help the video flow more like this. So the lesson is make good cuts, but don't make too many. Many YouTubers have caught on to this. People have realized MrBeast's intros are perfect, and they replicate them. Not copying, but they take their own spin on them. And here's a prime example. I think this guy did a really good job with his intro.
Have you ever seen a sunken piano before? Me neither. This one in particular was sunk to the bottom of the ocean years ago by a magician, and some say the mermaid beside it is haunted.
It's also extremely dangerous.
2 people actually almost died.
So we're gonna go play MrBeast's song on this thing. As for the mermaid, we'll call her Karen.
Obviously a great intro right there. It's short, concise, he gets straight to the point, and we know exactly what he's doing, and all at the same time, it's pretty entertaining too. Now here's an intro from YouTuber ZHC that's almost identical to MrBeast intros. He even uses the same font.
I'm going to spend the next 10 days customizing this entire school. This school's gargantuan.
Do you really think we're gonna finish this entire school?
I don't know.
I literally bought every single item in 5 stores.
Starting with this one. All right, boys, fill up the carts. I want everything in the store.
Do these zebra pants count as everything?
If it's in the store, we're buying it.
I mean everything from the dramatic music to the little bit at the end where Chris is holding up the zebra pants. ZHC has his little bit. Can we fill up the whole school? Oh, I don't know. Really, it is a super, almost identical intro if you really look at all the steps laid out. Now, these intros are very similar, but is that a bad thing? No. All it means is that people are taking interest and inspiration from MrBeast's intros. I think it's a great thing for MrBeast's brand because when people watch ZHC, they go, wow, that's eerily similar to MrBeast. Maybe I'll watch MrBeast after this. So it's definitely very similar, and you can see remnants of MrBeast all over YouTube, even in parts where he just doesn't even go. In fact, the Beast brand has become so iconic, it has spread everywhere from now his new channels, Beast Gaming, Beast Philanthropy, to his other new channels. He's got MrBeast Russia, he's got Spanish MrBeast, he's got MrBeast Brazil, which makes videos in Portuguese. I mean, he's spreading everywhere. He's got his merch sales that are probably bringing him in a lot of money, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not sure, but if I was to guess, I would probably think hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if we are to take anything away from MrBeast and the legacy that he is leaving, didn't even mention his fast food chain, but I think the thing that we all need to realize is that the Beast Empire has only just begun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I'll see you next time.